and make sure that Monte don't run away with too much of the game. Haven't really seen any of them put into play properly yet, but that's not too unusual. I don't think anyone's going to be super worried. Krasnal, though, that's a very aggressive run right past. Yuri, one bullet. He's like, I heard something.
Yep, gives away his position as well. Actually, I think they heard 2 M4s. Boros steps up in either way. Regardless, they had no idea. Oh, he's lucky the team kill comes in. He thought for sure he had that kill a little bit early. 1 for 1, and that feels like it's not nearly as good for the step that Boros had on that setup.
Could have easily been a double spray down. I don't disagree. Yeah, but a team kill to equalize it, make it a 4-on-4. A bit of an off angle, but against the AWP Aurora, it's not going to make a difference. Instantly taken down. Pacerato, wide swing. It's another team kill. They're keeping it reasonable, I suppose. Making it a fair fight here. It's dropped and safe, but they're way across the map. They're not even going to give it a shot here.
No, and they shouldn't. Too far away when this eventually does come in, and obviously the AWP in hand as well. No kits on either one of the players, so just preserve what you've got. That's pretty damn simple from Monte. This could have been a much more convincing round if Boros' play had panned out the way it kind of envisioned and the way it looked like it was going to with the double spray down. This could have been way more comprehensive. Either way, it's a nice, easy slide through Donut into the A bomb site. It's split with 2 players Donut, 2 players A main. And K Serato on his own after Art gets picked off, couldn't handle it.
Yeah, they steal the AK, but otherwise, nothing too exciting happening yet on the Furia side, as they are going to be 4 rounds behind. Wow, almost going up to the bomb there. That's a bit scary, but they get the job done. DemQ shouting at them already. And why wouldn't you? Take the opportunity. They've got to feel pretty good. Krasnal is at -1, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. Drop as well is at 0 because he had the team kill over in Cave. Yeah, so a couple things going wrong. Krasnal's muted in game.
He is. Means he's been...
Naughty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the list now.
I admire that.
Yeah, you talk a lot of trash when you're playing the game, Jason.
I did when I was good.
It is. That should be the rule. You know, at least you got to be good.
Yeah, if I
you can get away with it.
I can't really back it up in the same way these days. I'm a little old. So Furia out of the timeout. 0 rounds on the board. Going to invest. Going to drop some weapons over from the 2 saved weapons in the previous round and come right back into things in round number 5.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start on the side of Furia. Monte don't seem slowed down at all. Krasnal's going to be holding outside of the B bomb site. Boros leading the charge over at the A side of things. They're set up, if there is going to be a push coming in, they're definitely going to be ready for it. Kind of a rare thing for the CTs to actually be pushing the hallway directly, and they're going to go for a boost here. It does happen. It always feels risky when you're doing it.
Early in the round it happens, right? Like
yeah.
Mid-round, it's such a tough position to work up the courage to do that. So many angles once you step into there, and obviously it's far away from other positions on the map as well. It does give you a little bit of information, but for the moment, happy with a little bit more of a passive setup. K Serato boosted up, drops his utility over to Art, who can be dynamic. Art now has an extra smoke for Donut if they ever start feeling the pressure. Middle is lost, no presence. Yuri and Drop hear plenty of noise. And it looks like Monte at this point, as the smoke fades at top stairs, they deploy one in Donut and they want to attack the red room. Safe is waiting.
Yeah, AWP in a perfect position. He misses the shot though.
It has to be a hit.
It has to be, I agree. Almost unforgivable. That could really backfire on them a little bit, although they still have Art and K Serato heavy on the A bomb set, and they should know this, Monte. There's nobody in middle. They should realize this is going to be a tough defense. Good grenade on top. Art and K Serato locking it down, stopping the bomb with 25 seconds here. And Boros and SDY, they should have no chance of getting into it. Another missed shot here from Safe. Just getting that AWP warmed up, hopefully soon. 15 seconds, and I don't think they can get this bomb in time. K Serato's got it covered, and they're going to realize now. Boros is going to go down. There's the connection Safe was looking for at the start of it. And SDY might want to try and find a way to die here before. Well, now he gets the kill, maybe not. could try and pick up the AWP. That would be something to work with.
Yeah, and then thankfully, even though Safe goes down with the AWP and gives that away, K-Serrato is able to pick up an AWP in A main, so they still have that weapon that they can pass over and keep that in hand. Third time's the charm for Safe. A missed shot, attack through a wall, and then a clean kill. But this is the defense that really holds on to things. Nicely done from Art and K-Serrato. Previously, when Monte's attacked that bomb site, they've kind of been split. Like, K-Serrato had his own 1v2 at A main, Art had his own 1v2 in towards Donut. This time, they're kind of working together at the same choke point and able to shut things down.
Yeah, that's an important round. Oh, the timing. It'll look like he was just... He had that image in his brain. He wanted that to work out. Almost going down. Krasnal putting on the pressure, but K-Serrato will live through it. He's aware that someone could be peeking on the other side. And even though he's making a lot of noise, and actually might intentionally be making that noise because Art is in there with him. So he might be signaling that fallback and hoping that someone's going to overextend. They're just... Oh, there's the smoke to help him out. Art nearly in trouble, but he's aware.
You kind of... okay, so I was going to say, you kind of almost have to abandon him in this position, but Safe comes over to help out, and this is the problem, trying to overextend to help a teammate in a tough position. You expose yourselves to those plays. The lurk in through the A bomb site once they realize there's two players in middle. Safe picked up, shifting over towards the red room with the AWP, and Demka has immediate impact. The defense is spread far too thin.
Yeah, it is. You're right. They got stretched out across the map. He's going to get the last kill too, make it a triple. And Monte right back into it. 5-1 in their favor. Oh, this is starting to look like a really, really impressive opening.
Yeah, they're starting to really expose Furia's defense. It's the second time Boros has had the confidence to just step through that smoke. Yuri's going to have a tough time throughout this whole half.
Yeah, some frustration showing on Safe there, I think.
I mean, there's also the extra frustration of like when, okay, hold the thought there might be something aggressive. Nope, they've slowed it down. There's always going to be some frustration too in the conversation on Furia, as we saw with Liquid in the Challenger stage as well. Of like we changed a lot. You know, we're going to have a different style. We're bringing new ideas in, and they're not going to be as well versed and as well polished as they were previously. So there's always going to be that little bit of frustration where you're trying to execute a new style and it's just not working. It's getting stopped. You're getting overrun. Maybe the plays your opponent is making isn't letting you feel comfortable in that new style. So this is going really well for Monte. 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Monte towards Jaguar and Cave, and now access to start knocking on the door of the B bomb site.
What an HP to follow off on drop there. Yeah, they don't have a lot to work with on the defense anyway, but still. They slow it down. They want to see if there's going to be a reaction coming in from that CT side. Bomb is back there as well, so they have everything under control. Risky position to try and implement sort of a newer style into a major tournament. But again, if you feel like the old style maybe isn't working, and some of the results suggest that maybe they weren't.
Yeah, and again, like as we mentioned at the start of this, Furia has been getting beat up to start this year as well.
True.
Very disappointing loss in Katowice, not going as deep as they would have liked at Pro League. They've had some really rough events where things just haven't felt like they've clicked super well for this team, so you can understand why they would kind of pull the trigger on some more drastic changes to a play style, but certainly here, we're not seeing the results of it just yet. 6-1.
Yeah, Monte's gone on a run to begin this one with. They're enjoying it. And a timeout called for Furia, the second of the game. These things are starting to look just a little bit too real for them at the moment. They don't have that many kills to boast with. I mean, they got 4 on K-Serrato, 3 on Art, 2 on Safe and Yuri, and drop, like you said, down to 0 because of an earlier team kill, but that's nothing compared to what's on the Monte side. So just in terms of the raw output right now, Furia need to step it up a little bit more. Preferably before it gets to be too late here.
Yeah.
Don't want to be seeing that.
I think that cave fight is going to be a huge issue with Boros kind of sliding into that position against Yuri that we've seen a number of times. We've seen, you know, Furia now have presence in middle and not able to stop it. We've seen a passive setup in mid that's been a little exploited as well. So, yeah, at the moment, there's a lot of red flags across this whole map for Furia's defense. This time, Monte, a call out of spawn. Not spreading into a default. It's K-Serrato who's going to have the full weight of this attack on his shoulders. That's a nice nade to start things off.
Nice nade, defensive smoke as well. Sets up practically a one-way, and he just mows them down. Boris and Demke both going down. No chance at all. The bomb is going to get planted. That's a very, very fast bomb plant. And with SDY getting the kill, this round is back on again. They can still win it. 2 versus 4 now. There is 2 kits in play, so they should have time for it. And what a great Molotov. Waro put out of position now. Krasnal still hiding on the other side. They don't have anyone needs that are worth speaking of on the Monte side, but that is such a quick bomb plant that Furia need to move pretty quickly to get onto this retake. Waro, good shot. That's going to drop Yuri. Art is there in return, and that defuse already happening, but they get off it immediately. They're not sure about it. 3 seconds left, and
no
Waro,
bullets.
Yeah, he had to reload. The Glock would have been a better choice, and they're going to try and run him down. It will be the round for Furia, and they find him. Yes, they will. Art right at the end of the round. So
there it is.
Good retake.
Yeah, that op nerf preventing any kind of a miracle through the smoke. Only 5 bullets and just gone to waste. Good start though from K Serato. The initial defense, the gap created by his own defensive smoke works wonders. Double kill and the defuse. Furia chip into that lead just a little bit, 2-6, and hopefully that can be the round that spurs them forward onto a little bit of a streak.
Yeah, they really needed that, didn't they? That was one of those rounds that was pivotal. And they need more. If they can win this next one, it's going to get real interesting. Yuri actually going very aggressive behind the Molotov that was thrown into a smoke, and they hold back 3 members of Monte down behind that door. Very, very aggressive. A different defensive setup from what we've seen so far. And Art and K Serato are over on the other side of middle. So yeah, they're going to be way light on the A defense. But on the other hand of it, they should have a good crack at defending middle. Look at where Safe is holding that A bomb site from. Back in CT spawn, just that deep angle.
So passively. K Serato and Donut. Safe is going to transition more convincingly into the bomb site as Art has presence behind the smokes in middle. Spam through the smoke, not landing. But it has kept Monte at bay. 40 seconds on the clock, 1 smoke left for Monte, and they really haven't started encroaching on any position. Safe is now doubled up in Donut as well. Oh man, that's a great fight for Waro.
Yeah, Boris going to be calling it in. He gets another one, taking out K Serato and Art. How much of a one-man army could he be in this position? He has to hold them all back, and that's a great start. Runs a little bit out of bullets and is out position in that fight. Drop is going to be on his own into 1 versus 2. 14 seconds of the bomb being planted. Boris is miles away. If Drop wins this one right now, I don't think Boris could even get here in time. He's running up behind him now, but the FAMAS and no kit in hand, and this is taking a little bit too long now. Krasnal holding him back, just buying time for Boris to get there, and he'll get the job done himself. Good double kill. They actually saved 2 AWPs on the T side. For whatever reason, it's going to be a 7-2 scoreline. And Monte, they're right back in the driver's seat.
Earlier in the half, we kind of touched on the initial look we had of Safe with the op was a couple of missed shots, but I mean, his op is not having the impact on the CT side it needs. He's been involved in a lot of those early engagements, and just some missed shots are really, really spelling his doom, and that's a lot of space over to Waro. Good shooting from him over in Donut to clear out 2 defenders.
Nice. Nice kills.
This Furia defense isn't able to put a stop to any of the opening moves from Monte at the moment, not with any kind of consistency, which even though like K Serato's got a double, even though Art gets a double in that round kind of defending things, it's just, there's too much of the follow-up from Monte has just gone unchecked. They've got too many players because the opening engagements are so clean in their favor. Furia's now got to drop down to pistols and SMG on K Serato, but nothing working for Furia's defense on Ancient.
Scout, MP9, and 3 Deagles. Yeah, this is such a flat start. And they definitely had the opportunity in some of those fights with the AWP on Safe, right? There could have been a couple of moments there where maybe it could have gone the other way.
Double op set up T side. Yeah,
why not? They were fancy AWPs. You saw the skins at the start of it. You know, they look good. They just couldn't resist. Okay, Serato up here. Kind of, if you know the economy is going to be low, you're probably always going to be looking for this boost.
And remember, had a great defense on that boost earlier when him and Art were doubled up in A main. They got all 3 kills with K Serato taking contact, boosted up.
Oh.
Okay.
Do it again. It's going to Gonna say might have a chance, but that right eye peak is a little bit too powerful, and they're well aware of that boost. They know that it's up there. Boros making the AWP work. Not usually his weapon of choice, but whatever. We'll get the job done anyway. They realize where safe is. Good headshot. Again, it's just a little bit too little too late. Boros with the HE at the end of it. And another round for Monte.
And the double op setup actually works to crack open that bomb site. You know, SDY picking it up off his teammate's body and finding a pick into the A site. Then Boros goes to work inside of A as well. That's a great initial shot, but so hard to duel consistently against those ops at that kind of a range. And obviously Boros got all the safety in the world, even jiggling Queserado out of position. Up to a 6-round lead, and money is good for Monte. They have not had to worry about cash flow whatsoever in this half.
Molotov on top. It's not going to slow them down nearly enough. An HE there to follow it up would have really been something that could have worked out. Now they're going to be sneaking close to Art. Does he realize they might just pop their way through? They do have Waro, who could be throwing a flashbang for them if they really wanted to, but Safe is going to be good on that one. That's an early start, and he takes down Demq. And
he set up Art perfectly. Set up Art just perfectly. Boros hears the footsteps leading away, thinks he's got space to work with, and it's not the case. Finally, Furia's looking at having a clean round. All delivered by Safe, who's had some struggles, but this round the op looked good.
Yeah, they've been waiting for that, haven't they, for a while? Waro now. Damage would be quite something. They could get a couple of kills here. That would make a difference. It's looking unlikely. They're already out to hunt him down. Art coming in on the one side. Drop holding you inside of the B-bomb site. And there's the timing for it. Couple of clicks. And Art will delete him from the round. Third one for Furia. Still, they can come back and do some damage in this first half here, Furia. Even if it looks a bit grim right now. Especially if they win this next one.
Oh, this is a very nice shot. Look how much it's showing. Good job. Ripping off the head of Demq. 8-3.
That's all of the money, by the way, used on for Monte in this round. So this is the real opportunity. I feel like if Furia flub this one, if they can't pick up this round, then they're not going to have a lot of chances left.
Yeah, this is already a rough scoreline for the CT side, but
true.
But certainly if this one slips away and you don't really have the opportunity to close the gap nearly as much as you'd like, I mean, if they can close this out, get up towards 6-7 rounds, that's not a bad recovery whatsoever. At least gives you a fighting chance in the second half. Boros with the flashbang going to challenge towards Cave. Yuri, defensive smoke to delay anything.
Just walks right into it, not worried that someone's going to be there.
Mid and A has been so exposed throughout this half that I feel like this B bomb site really hasn't gotten nearly as much attention as we're used to. This defense hasn't really encountered a whole lot of challenges in these gun rounds.
Yeah, even more interesting that there happen to be 3 people here.
I mean, this feels like around Monte's thinking the same thing. Like, we haven't really given a whole lot of love over to the B bomb site. This might be like the first real set piece we see towards this side of the map.
3 AKs stolen in the previous round for Furia, so a lot to be working with as well on that CT side. Well, they're still waiting for it. Boros flashed out, but he's good for the kill anyway. Good little shot, and that actually reveals a fair bit, right? Double push in there.
Oh.
Art's on the other side. Good grenade to slow them down and just murdering them inside of the smoke. Art continuing. Waro, a bullet away from death here. And Furia definitely going to get that 4th round and also collapse the economy of Monte here. Wow, that was such an expertly timed bit of utility.
Yeah, that was actually done perfect. And Monte not really applying a whole lot of pressure to force out that utility early. You got to give a shout out to Art. You mentioned it, 3 defenders there. A good rotation from Art to read what's coming. Monte gets stopped cold, and you're exactly right. First time they've had to encounter any economic issues, and it comes in round 13. They'll have this op, but what can they bring together around it? Yeah, Molotov into a smoke, into a nade behind the smoke. You've already eliminated 2 players over in Cave and Jaguar. You kind of know exactly what's coming.
Yeah, they're going to save the AWP on Monte's side, but doesn't change the fact that Furia started to get a little bit more warmed up into this one. Art's at 13 kills after that round.
It's taken a minute, and I mean, and then it's going to put a test, like it's going to put like a real test over onto the T side of Furia, which is probably where most of the adaptations they've talked about coming into this is going to be. Mentioned a little bit of a slower pace. Queserado feeling a little bit more comfortable because he likes to be a bit more passive. But it better be lights out of the gate.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? That second half can't be a slow burner like this one. It just has to be all fire and lightning at the second half. We're not there yet. And I like that boost in the smoke in the middle on the Monte side. That's the kind of setup that is super risky because there are a lot of grenades thrown in there. But if you want to make one AWP work, you kind of have to try something. There we go. A little bit of a jump up. Is he going to get it on the second go around? Might get a shot at it. Oh, close. No, hot. The eyes on him.
Yeah.
How do you even see that?
Eagle eyes, baby. He was prepared for that. I think Woro thought he was going to get at least one more jump, one more crack at it. There goes Krasnal as Drop steps up and swings wide, sees things clear. And Monte just doing the only thing they can do, which is give time for this op to try and find a pick, find a mistake from Furia that has not come yet.
Yeah, they are sort of pushing it around the map like a piece of artillery, trying to see if they can find something, but it's not happening at the moment. Yuri's going to be walking out. Looks like he might find himself a multi-kill here. Check in the middle on the one side. Going to go back and, oh, actually finds a pistol instead.
Yeah, that's
a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, he really was. It looked like a triple was going to be lined up for him. Good turn, good check from Monte. Op still a little bit dangerous, but you'd have to be really fortunate with the timings to be able to bust open the defense. 18 seconds. And Boros is the only one remaining with the P250. Gonna get caught by Art, and Furia's up to 5.
What an important bit of recovery work being done here by Furia.
3 in a row now for Furia, where previously they hadn't been able to string them together, winning rounds 5 and 8. Last 3 all go in their favor. 2 remaining in this first half. P-Stream action is live as well. If y'all are chilling at home with a couple of monitors, Fnatic taking on NIP, the other game for the Legends stage at the moment.
Yeah, another hard game to predict, if I'm being honest. MQ instantly going down. Double push in there.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Those pushes usually coming at the start of the round, and I mean, Furia has found a perfect moment for it. Get a little bit aggressive, show them a different look late in the half.
Yeah, drop. Actually, that nade, if it had gone through the arch itself, would have been pretty good. But a 4 and 5 here. Boros in the middle. We haven't really seen the full Boros effect just yet. He's been a little bit more slowed down than I was expecting. So, see if they're going to be able to put him into play. The flashbang is amazing, and the follow-up angle couldn't possibly have been better either. So, drop is going to be going down back into a 4 on 4.
Yeah, caught in transition, drop into a new spot. This is where Boros might come into play, but Art shuts him down early as he swings in towards CT spawn. Not a whole lot of utility left for Monte, even before that kill comes out. Only 2 flashbangs in a smoke, so not a whole lot of resources. Had to go for some challenges in that fashion. Krasnal and Woro going to be up next with some resistance as Safe and Yuri push down B ramp.
That is so close to being a peak. I can't believe they didn't see the helmet there. Oh, drop. Safe. I think he must have spotted it. Krasnal hiding right up close. Does he hear that? I think they must know that he's there. Yeah, there we go. But he misses the shot anyway. And the 2 versus 3 with about 20 seconds left. There is a flank coming in. SDY, he's just looking for that gun barrel. 18 seconds now, and the bomb is on the ground. SDY is going to get the kill, but he might be a little bit too late here. 12 seconds. They're going to go straight for the bomb plant. And Art and K Serato on the retake. He's picked up an AK in transition here, Art, and that's probably a smart play.
Yeah, but SDY hasn't gotten out of this position. Art knows he's going to be inside the bomb site. That's where the assumption is made. So now using the smoke before it fades to get over towards ramp, and SDY might have a solid position for this 1v2.
He's planted way far away from the wall bang, so he can't use that on the other side, and we wouldn't risk it anyway. They have kits, so they're going to go straight for this one. SDY, this is a very, very hard round to win. Grenade doesn't touch him at all. Going to set up a flashbang, but they're already on... Oh, actually, they come off the defuse. They're going to go back to it right away, but that's risky. Who knows what could have happened. If he gets the first headshot there, he might just win the round. Good retake, and Furia, they're going to be a step closer. 6 to 8 now.
Yeah, there's 2 different ways SDY could have played that, right? He could have been a little bit more aggressive to find a fight before the defuse, before the both players get inside the bomb site, thin it out into a 1v1, and then go for a clutch and use the bomb as a teammate. Chooses to play it passive, puts a lot of faith in that flashbang, but doesn't work out quite the way he would have liked. 8 to 6.
I'm glad. I wanted Furia to wake up a little bit. It was starting to feel a little bit depressing watching them kind of getting rolled over by Monte, but now we have a real game on our hands once again.
The question now just becomes, is it too much of a hole to completely climb out of?
True, yeah.
It's been a battle just to keep this close for Furia. 4 straight now, looking to close this half on a little bit of a run, looking to go on fire right at the end of the day.
Failed Molotov in the middle. Speaking of fire against Art, he gets to live through that one. He didn't have a smoke, so it could have been a bit risky. Krasnal going to be sneaking in, but yeah. You hear him running back like that. If you're on the T side, you're wondering, why is he running? Like, the fact that he's giving away the footsteps is so suspicious, and there was not waiting. Art just comes back in, and the spray is God tier. Going to be taking down Krasnal there. 4 versus 5 to start the round with.
I can't help but feel, and I don't mean to just rag on him so much, but I feel like Safe has had so many opportunities to give Furia 5-on-4 in this half, and this could be a completely different half if a few more of those shots connected. Regardless, the rest of Furia has kind of come online to pick up the pieces, and more aggression downs the B ramp, and that means this is going to be a 7th round for Furia.
So what? Art ran back to pick up the AWP to go back and get another kill with it. It was in CT spawn. That's so sick. 8-7 at the end of it. Lead for Monte, but the second half is going to get rough. We'll be right back with it.
Nice. AVP dead.
I'm leaving
Donut
you.
behind the
Donut.
coop.
Yeah, don't behind the coop. I'll try
Dead.
to nice.
Nice,
Come on.
nice.
Hey,
Hey,
should be.
One more.
Flashing over temple. He's alone. Maybe picking you Brocky.
Wait, Tepku. Strafe. Brocky, go, guys.
1 HP.
Dead.
One was B.
Try to close.
Nice, last piece.
One more window.
City.
Window.
Sound.
Hey,
I plant.
He's running CT to B. To A.
Sound.
Okay, you're alone. Coming B.
City.
You can kill him. Coming.
Nice!
Nice, bro.
Nice, bro. Let's go! Sick entry.
Entry. Nice, bro.
Бля, это я же...
Good win, but we talked a lot about the struggles of Furia in the first half. This is Art on your screen. Surprisingly, considering some of the names of the team, 19 kills on Art to lead the way. He's been in a carry mode and really a strong player on that defensive side to bring Furia back to 7 as they switch over to the offensive side. And now he's got to do it with his brain. Now he's got to put this new style and all this new theory that Furia have to work here on Ancient to make a comeback happen.
Yeah, leading from the front right now is Art. That's impressive work. And they need it badly right here. The pistol round coming up, second half. We're on Ancient. Boros, yeah, he's realized the saw not what they don't feel comfortable at all, and now they're getting sandwiched, but they're battling their way out. 2 big kills for Boros, and Warrior will spin around and get the kill on drop as well, and somehow, in spite of almost getting set up in a trap, they were almost getting stuck on that ramp. They just shot their way out of the problems. That's incredible to see.
Unbelievable. That's a round of just straight bullying Furia, pushing down ramp, not even caring that you're stuck. You know you're getting wrapped around from the bomb site, but what a double kill from Boros. And Cacerato's got utility that he can't put into play. He's got no armor, and so he'll be taken down. The Glock does nothing. Second pistol round to Monte, and they bring the lead back up to 2.
Look at, you see the position instantly here, but that is really well done. Good couple of shots from Boros. And Monte, yeah, winning the
mouse,
second half pistol.
Mouse is broken. He gave it that look.
Yeah.
Why have you betrayed me like this?
I was clicking the mouse and the bullets.
I've chosen you to come to Paris with me.
Yeah. Well, he can't get the round back, can he?
So let's talk about this a little bit while this round kind of comes to waste. Looks like Furia just going to do an A rush. Some of the changes that they've talked about in Cacerato in his interview talked about with Furia's T side is a few more rounds. They don't like play like slower every single round, but they add a few more rounds where they slow things down and mention, you know, they kind of realize, you know, one of the things they haven't been bringing to the game is those kind of slower pace mid-round situations. And they said kind of one of the things they discovered, like watching other teams as well, and obviously playing against other teams as well and starting to put it into theory and practices, is like once they slow these rounds down, it gives them some space to work with because the other team doesn't know what they're doing either. Yeah. And that's obviously something that you would encounter a lot playing against the European opposition. That's the kind of practice you probably don't get in Brazil, don't get in North America, that when you come over to Europe is a huge difference in the gameplay. Is just slower paced and a little bit more quiet, less information to work with in the mid-round. And Furia is trying to bring that style out themselves here at the biggest event of the year.
It could be very hard to do against an opponent like someone like Boros on the CT side. Like you could run into problems trying to slow it down, right? Because he is eventually going to come look for you, and yeah, his first bullet accuracy is off the charts. Art's going to be walking in the middle right around the smoke. Oh, this is a really sick play. He's hearing a lot right now, realizing what's going on, and he'll find the kill on Warrior. That was all information for Art to get that kill. Really well done.
Yeah, I heard those tags coming in. He got hungry. Look at Yuri, though. Challenging on the fallback, and Yuri's opened up the A bomb site, but he's going to back away. No one in position to really build anything off of it. But that's a huge kill to find. Boros has got to be careful. If he tries to chase this kill down, he saw the barrel. Look at all the reactions that Furia will have. He's not getting away. There's going to be a follow-up fight. He just didn't know where it was coming from. Good peek from drop.
Yeah, somebody was going to get him. Just wasn't really clear which player it was going to be. Krasnal going to be getting the 1 kill there, and actually they brought it back from a 2-on-4 into a 2-on-2 in a matter of seconds here in the middle. That's a bit concerning. The bomb is really far back. Yuri, though, he's holding it. They're going to know where he is, and they should be able to piece the rest of it together here. Monte still with a good shot at winning it. Krasnal sneaking up behind Yuri. And now safe. 1 versus 2. 30 seconds. And SDY, not that far away from it here. Oh, he just runs into it. This is so risky, but he wins the fight anyway. The widest swing imaginable to get that kill.
Yeah, I don't think Safe expected such a wide swing at all. He wasn't aiming for anything along those lines, so SDY gets away with one there, and a nice round, a nice recovery. That was a 2-on-4 brought back, and that's kind of what you mentioned with Boros, although it was Krasnal and SDY to really put it into play, but yeah, you slow the round down like we've kind of talked about. They've changed into and tried to incorporate into their game, and it gave all the time and all the peaks in the world over to Monte to actually recover the situation.
Yeah, it seemed like there was another opportunity there for them maybe, but Furia now back with the pistol. Tech9 trying to run down SDY and Demcube. It's not going to happen. The Organ play as well. And a 5 versus 3. Warrior coming through the smoke to bring down Art. Definitely an attempt to try and see if you can get that pounce on them, and it does not that far away from working, right? If you get one of those 2 kills towards the donut position, a lot could happen from it, but they just never really got the opening that they were looking for. So instead, it's 12-7.
Monte looking good. Prof's prediction looking good. 5-round lead for Monte on defense. AK's coming out for Furia.
Did Prof pick them?
He did.
Professor, the connoisseur.
Yeah. Gary getting involved in the conversation. Nice to see him at the majors, standing behind the team. Third time out, third time he'll get a chance to have an impact on this game. They've spoken a lot about him as well and the kind of calming presence he is and how many solutions he can provide and how much work he does for them.
Yeah, SDY at 17, Boros at 15. Started to climb up there.
Now, the hard thing for Furia is you don't have a whole lot of room to work with and find the solution, but your first gun round, remember, it got them what they wanted, right? Fast and mid, Art challenging towards stairs to find an opening kill. When presence was realized, Yuri pouncing over towards the A-bomb site to find a follow-up kill, exploiting that for a third frag, and putting themselves in a 4-on-2. That's where it slipped away. That's where things lost. But the initial idea for Furia, the initial plan, worked out perfectly for them.
Yeah, that's how you have to think about it, right? You have to think, okay, even if we didn't win the round, actually the philosophy behind it was just fine. Failed Molotov outside of the B-bomb site. Boros Soul defending it for the early seconds of the round. Krasnal going to be rotating back to try and help him out if he needs. And you have to assume that Furia probably want to try and clear out the middle. It looks like they want to end up with the B-bomb site. But yeah, getting the mid control and pushing the CTs back is pretty important. And speaking of pushing them back, they're doing the opposite right now. MQ and Waro, both of them just moving forward. If they don't execute into this bomb site next 5 seconds, this round might just be done. This is such an aggressive play coming out from Monte.
Yeah, this is crazy. They have so much information. K Serrato's in danger. Waro's going to peek this. Oh, there's the nice pick. K Serrato had to have an immediate headshot, but they still don't know about Demka. Lurking in from behind. The defense entirely shifting over. Oh, this has disaster written all over it.
Yeah, bomb down, Krasnal on the other side. They just didn't know. You're absolutely right. You're not expecting for someone to be there just yet. And even if someone was there, you probably thought maybe it was the AWP or something like that. Art on his own, and this round has been taken away by Monte.
And also, I mean, all the utility defensively, when you have that information, it's just like, hey guys, burn your Molotovs, burn your smokes, burn your nades, all on the ramp, all in the cave. Just delay things as much as possible for these flanks to get into position, and everything is just perfectly timed for Monte. Art can do nothing but save.
Yeah, know what you want to do when you're this far behind. 13-7 going to be the scoreline. And that's a round where you feel like you had a plan. You wanted to test that B defense, so you don't even get a chance to do it, right?
Yeah, not even a little bit. And I mean, again, there's just more frustration when you can't even execute the game plan and the things you've worked on. And putting it into practice here against a team like Monte, everything just getting disrupted. And disrupted in a way that you don't expect. This kind of a flank before you even pull the trigger. Fury getting worked right now. Running out of opportunities. Monte 3 rounds away from starting the Legend Stage 1-0.
6-round gap, and man, they need a swift comeback into this one. They had it a little bit in the first half. We question whether that was going to be enough, but they need a start even in the second half right now. Boros getting a kill there. Krasnal lining it up. And the AK spray way too efficiently. Going to come for the last one. Actually, Boros will be the one to pick that one up. 14-7 and a swift defense here for Monte at the B-bomb site. Not even close to losing it.
This one feels done.
It does. Look at the flash there.
Yeah, this one feels over. Yeah, that's a lot of team flashing as well. K Serrato maybe just a little mistimed on the execute for Furia. Final timeout burn from Furia because why not? Got to use them all. Gary, one last chance to spur his team forward. Very vocal. The only one talking. The only one having a conversation.
Yeah, saying this is it. It's a best of one, boys. So not going to get many more chances here. Backs to the wall. And it's the fact that they haven't even got started in the second half that's a real big problem, you know? They've lost 6 in a row.
And it feels like individually not comfortable, not kind of in here. Outside of Art, who we talked about, 19 kills at halftime. He's got 21 right now, but K. Serrato is such a heavy hitter, one of the best players at the first half of the year.
True.
Only 9 kills. Yuri, his kind of right-hand man who's been excellent as well, only overshadowed by K. Serrato's incredible performance. He's at 4 kills.
No bomb plants in any of those 6 rounds either. They're not even getting any kind of an after plant going. Waro and Krasnal to start this round with 5 versus 3.
They've taken over the whole map. You have to move in towards A if you're Furia now, probably earlier than you would have liked. You wanted to establish mid control before this push, and oh my dear lord.
God, yeah, just shows up with that stolen AK and shutting it all the way down.
Yeah, it just looks silly. Monte is outclassing Furia to a surprising degree in this opening game.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, even at the end there, Demq's been having a bit of a slower game for him, but 2 nice kills coming up at the end. Nice kills. What you might say if you were chatting up a fish in a bar, Jason. How are you feeling about that, Furia?
Not great, but I feel like I amended it well enough by saying I wasn't super.
How are you feeling about that Furia pick?
You did. Not great, but I feel like I amended it well enough by saying I wasn't super confident in it.
You did.
You
did hedge your bet.
I gave myself a little bit of a
way out.
A little bit of an out.
Good. Good on you.
NIP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
what did you pick for the other one, the Fnatic and NIP game that's going on?
NIP.
Yeah?
Yeah. Again, it goes back to that thing. I think a 50-50 game-ish in my mind, and NIP coming from the Challenger stage. Also, for some reason, I just haven't been able to build up confidence in Fnatic.
Yeah.
Despite a good run through the RMR, I still don't feel great about that team. That's going on over on the B stream. It's about to be 10-8 in the favor of Fnatic playing on Nuke.
Oh, they're hunting down after the clock has run out. They find him. K. Serrato thought he was safe, but he wasn't. 15-7. And again, not a single round in the second half yet for Furia. Not a single bomb plant. They've run out of time twice.
This is just nasty. That little sequence from Demka. Flashbang as well to activate the first kill. And yeah, Furia is just destroyed. And they look it. Yeah, they do look it.
They're being cooked at the moment. 3 AKs, 1 Galil, 1 P250 here.
Cooked like a fish you pick up in the bar.
Not gonna lie. Wow, that took a dark turn. That makes me nervous, Jason. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, Drops at least got something. He's got an opening kill, but now his team cut off by utility. He's dropped. Krasnal's been excellent, and look at the courage he's displaying, just kind of, throwing caution to the wind. He's parked in a little bit of a gap, so mid can't quite see him.
Yeah, that smoke went down and segmented that early push from Drop. Otherwise, if it's a good attempt, you've got to save. Krasnal going to be sneaking in a kill on safe, and Yuri, and they got Art on the A bomb side, right? That's completely open, but the bomb is miles away. How do you even get here? And he might just back up into it. Whoa, he's got the perfect crosshair placement there, and Art is dead before he even knew what hit him.
K. Serrato was starting to move back, but not anymore. And there goes Yuri. 1v4, and he's not even going to get a chance to play. What a dominant victory from Monte. A statement win, 16-7 to start their Legend stage. And for Furia, all that philosophy and theory probably feels a little bit horrible at the moment.
Yeah, they needed something more than this. There's no question about it. But for Monte, this is a statement win right now. Well done. The desk is ready to talk us through all of it.
Monte rise as Furia unfortunately fall completely silenced in that second half. That was not even competitive. 0 T rounds for the Brazilians, Machu.
Yeah, it was sort of tough to watch in a way. I mean, Monte very much impressed me. Beautiful playstyle, beautiful plan, very well executed. We'll talk about it at extent, of course, in terms of entry kills they found, but just a lifeless performance from Furia. Really felt out of it, powerless, helpless. It was tough.
Yeah, trying to go for some early aggression. You spoke about it in the pre-game, like it's going to be a lot of early brawls, and they were just going Monte's way. They were hot. Furia was cold. I even saw Safe after the game. He was trying to warm up his hands. It's kind of chilly here in the studio. He wasn't hitting his shots either.
No.
That definitely didn't help in the whole scenario.
No, Safe had I would say at the very least, 4 sitter and 4 easy kills with the AWP. He just had to basically just click. Right cluster placement, right read of the game, and 3 of the 4 times he missed, he allowed some of the entries to be found, and I think he kind of put himself in a hole in that first half.
We literally saw him picking up his mouse, having a disgruntled
Yeah.
look at it and going, why? Why are you not hitting? But it goes to say, you know, a lot of the individuals on the side of Furia, right, it was only really Art that was stepping up to the mantle. Cerrado was cold, Yuri as well.
Even early on, we saw that play from Boros just walking through the smoke and cave. Even though he heard 2 players there dropping Yuri, he gets a kill there. Actually, it was a team kill, but doesn't matter. He got some space, he got a trade, and then things, were rolling so well on the T side. Later on actually it was a great comeback from Furia on the CT side to make it a game, but there was, again, nothing in the second half.
Well, we do have some winning words courtesy of Monte, so let's dingo to dingo with Waro 2K.
Thank you very much, Freya. That was great, Freya. But we're here with Monte's Moro. What a performance coming in over Furia. You know, looking at a game like this with such a comprehensive victory over a team like Furia, what does that do for your confidence winning so comfortably?
It's nothing yet for us. It was a very good game. We win. We was understanding we can win this game. We was very confident, and right now we have one more map today, and we need to be focused on this.
Getting in that 2-0 position, but you know, we're talking about Monte, and a lot of people's perception of the team is it's usually Boros who's kind of the carry player, right? A lot of big performances, but this felt like more of a team effort. Is this something that you guys get a lot in practices, or is this more of a rare thing to have everybody come out on top?
Sometimes some guy can do 30 kills, sometimes all team can play very good. It's like, I don't know how to say. But overall, I think we're not yet on our level what we can be.
So there's more for Monte?
Yes. We can play individually for sure better, and we're trying now to keep it and to go through.
Would you say that's the same for you as an individual? We can see more of Waro, because we see you online, you have these massive performances too. You're capable of these big carries. Do you think there's more to come from you as well?
Now I'm comfortable, but how to say, some games I can have space for kills, some I'm not. Sometimes I play individually bad, sometimes I can play good. Now I'm trying to be like my maximum, and now it's working. Today, at least first map, it was good.
Well, congratulations once again on the win. Thank you very much, Waro. Back to you, Fra.
Thank you very much, Dinko. Yeah, Waro is certainly looking comfortable in his first game of the Legend stage. Kind of like every single player on the side of Monte. Some great individuals showing up today.
Yeah, I guess he's right. Like, the whole team did show up. No one was statistically through the roof, but I will argue he did exactly what he had to. He found a couple of entry kills on the T side. We'll have a few examples here as well, and we know how complicated it is in this meta to find the opening kill with the AWP. He did it beautifully. Another great example right here. And then on the CT side, even though he didn't put crazy numbers, he was responsible for a lot of information that's been gathered by Monte, where they were constricting Furia. I have a round in mind. Here, there's a good example as well, pushing with the AWP, where they know that Furia is about to finish on the B side because they've all pushed A. He had his player by his side with the rifle coming in. So for Waro, that's a very good and clean performance.
And this is what they're hoping to accomplish with SDY taking over the in-game leader role from Waro 2K, right? And to allow the Opper to focus on his game, hit the shots, and it's been going pretty well.
Well, let's go on over and take a look at a closer Monte T-side moment. We have Danny over on the Mahone zone.
I really want to highlight how they were able to essentially find openings on the That's correct. So what I want to talk about is I really want to highlight how they were able to essentially find openings on the T side, and it's ultimately what made their T side so successful. So this round here, round 6, it first starts off with a bit of mid control, and Furia, they try to get aggressive here. Kresno actually dies to Cerrado here at the bottom of middle, but what we want to pay attention to is DemQ, who's over here towards outside A main. Now he makes some pretty critical decisions here off of this information. So the first thing is that as Cerrado gets that kill onto Kresno, this actually provides him a bit more space, because typically towards A, Cerrado is the A player. With him showing that he's over here towards mid, it tells DemQ that there's actually a bit more space at A. There's a good chance it might be open. So he pushes up towards this A main side, but notice that he stops right here. And the reason why he stops here is because there's a chance that there could be an Opper posted up deep, which is exactly the case here. Safe is posted up deep just in case there's that aggression from the A side. However, what Monte will do is that as they progress up towards mid, they're going to continue to pressure. They're going to continue to pressure by throwing utility. They throw a Molotov here towards the cubby to pressure Art. At the same time, they smoke Donut, and what that does is it pulls Safe off of this angle from A and leads them over towards mid. This allows SDY to hit a pretty nice shot onto Safe, and as soon as he gets that kill, DemQ now knows with Safe out of the picture, it's a very good chance that this A side is open and he's able to take it. At the same time, K-Serrato finds a kill onto Boros, which lets him know that K-Serrato has to be coming from this Donut side. This whole left side of the A site, he doesn't have to worry about. DemQ comes in, finds that kill onto K-Serrato, and the A site is essentially open. And he does even more by throwing a Molotov towards his temple side to basically secure the rotation for the rest of his team to come through. And he's able to just lock down the whole site as his rotate comes in. Art gets taken down as well from Donut, and the round is pretty much done at this point. So what I really want to just highlight here was just their ability to just find these openings. Furia, they're leaving these gaps here and there, and that's why Monte were so successful on the T side.
Again, Danny, and it kind of goes to what you were saying in the pregame for this. Thank you so much for the excellent breakdown once again, Danny. And Profit kind of goes to what you were saying in the pregame for this. The aggression that you were hoping to see come out of Monte really paid off versus Furia.
Yeah, definitely. There's also in the second half a very good 2v4 that they recovered in a similar manner, really poking and prodding to definitely find out where things are happening, where they can find the kill. And even this whole new Furia slow approach shows that just playing slow isn't always great.
No.
That also gives a possibility, gives time, gives space for the other team to react.
Space is the key word, and I think Danny highlighted it perfectly. Monte knew how to use the space, analyze the space, and make the most out of it, whereas Furia looked a little lost on the map.
Yeah, Furia unfortunately choked out of their debut here at the Legend Stages. Monte go 1-0 up, but now it's time to head to a quick break before two big guns collide in FaZe versus Heroic.
Do you have to divvy up your energy when you come into a tournament and think about it the same way?
If you, for example, you talked about the major in Antwerp in Belgium. Like when we played the quarterfinal against Navi, we were actually kind of surprised with the greeting we had from the crowd, where like, of course we were expecting them to cheer more for Navi, but they were kind of rough against us, and we were kind of surprised because we didn't find out until the introduction with the videos of the players and stuff, you know. So when we were about to walk in, we could hear, okay, damn, they are not just cheering for Navi, they are also against us, a lot of them. I just gather in all that kind of energy and all those kind of vibes, and I bring them to the team. So that's why when we did the entrance, it was like, you know, let me hear more. And there's also like this kind of famous photo where after I do the 1-against-2 against them on Inferno, where I think we reach map point or something, I'm like, come on, give me more. But that's not like maybe what you would always associate as a Cadian celebration, or, you know, maybe you would expect to stand up and scream and go crazy. But that game, for example, was a game where I knew it was more about just closing out on the outside environment, focusing on my team and us. I think that worked out perfectly.
of titans as the Antwerp major champions collide with the Rio runners-up. It's Heroic taking on FaZe. A clash of titans as the Antwerp major champions collide with the Rio runners-up. It's Heroic taking on FaZe. Two teams that we don't just expect, but demand to be making it to the playoffs. And there is good reason for that.